Okay, today we're going to do a refresh of 3 vintage augers. Okay, they function. Okay. I tested them, but they do need to be sharpened. Okay, so we are going to sharpen them and remove all the debris. Okay, from the 80 to 100 years worth of use that's on these. Okay. From rust to some paint and so on and so forth. We've got some burring, okay, on the shafts, and also some damage to the metal on the shafts, some damage to the shafts, things of that nature. So yeah, so we're going to put these back to where they should be, where they were, and hopefully actually improve upon them a bit as well. Okay, we're going to start with applying a coat of Birchwood Casey Blue and Rust Remover, okay, to all 3 of these augers. Okay, so those have been sitting for a couple minutes. Rinse these in tap water and hit them lightly with a soft wire brush, just to remove any loose residue. What we're going to do now is we are going to move over to our brass wire wheel to remove any remaining residue. At this point, we're over here at the belt sander, and we're going to remove the burrs off the tail end, the end that goes into the chuck or into the brace. We're also going to remove some of these. These look like clamp marks, like from maybe, let's say, like vice grips maybe, or some type of maybe vice. You know, so they're pretty deep. So we're not going to remove them all, because then we'd have to remove a lot of material. But we're just gonna lightly clean that up. It's really not really for functionality per se. It's more for aesthetic value. So we're gonna do that now. Okay, we cleaned up the shafts. Okay, we took a little bit of material off just to make them a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Also to you know, make the shafts smooth. Okay, sometimes you will have your hands on these shafts, maybe as it's spinning. So it's important for these shafts to be as clean or as smooth as possible. We also deburred the tail end of this, where it goes into the brace, the chuck on the brace. You see we got 13, number 13, number 14, and number 16. So we did that on all of them. This final one had very deep grooves. Again, I didn't want to take any real material out. I just want to smooth them. So this is smoothed down quite a bit. Okay, so. Alright, so we got the drill bits, we got the augers, can of distilled water. Okay, and yes, this is my barbecue. Or my grill outside, and yeah, and so yeah, we got some distilled water, and we are going to let those boil for about 20 minutes. Okay, so what that'll do is any of that orange or brown rust that's still on there, there is some on the, especially on the spots that are very hard to hit with the brass wire wheel. That will convert that brown rust, and then after that, what we're going to do is we're going to clean these and we're going to blow them. Okay, so we're going to let that sit in the boiling water. The water's just about to boil now, starting to see some bubbles, and so we'll let that sit in there, and we'll be back in about 20 minutes. Let's close the lid on that. Smells like steak. Must have been the last thing I cooked on there. Take a look at the backyard. Of course, it's still technically winter here, so got everything closed up. Still got the pool closed up, the wood shed, and still got the snowblower out just in case. Did take my bike out, but yeah, right now it's about 40, maybe 35 degrees outside, so that's it. All right, so these just came out of the hot water. We just finished boiling them. We boiled them for about 20 minutes or so. We're just going to hit them again with the blue and rust remover. All right. Okay, so we dried those off, and we're going to hit those with some 3-in-1 oil. Soak those down real well. Okay. Going to use a small rag, saturate it with the oil. Make sure that these are fully coated. Okay, we're going to get a little, there we go. That's it. I'll wipe off some excess oil here. And we will Just lightly polish these. With some steel wool. Very lightly. Beautiful. Just gonna wipe off any residual oil. Just got a very thin coat on there. There you go.